getting older doesn't mean breaking down. It just means getting smarter about what you're doing to make sure you're creating longevity and good healthy habits. Many people will say that pain, brain fog, poor quality sleep, weight gain, that they're just normal signs of aging. But are they really? Maybe they're not normal signs of aging. Maybe they're actually signs of neglect. I'm going to go through a few stats with you today for this Reset Monday, and we're going to talk about what are some of the things that you could actually be paying attention to and then leaning into, doing a little more of, so that you don't fall victim to the whole this is a normal part of aging. I want you to be able to have energy and good sleep and great movement as you get older. I want you to be able to have your knees not be so creaky and not hurt so much, or maybe having just a great night's sleep and not having to get up and pee in the middle of the night, but also being able to think clearly. That's a big one. We get brain fog, we can't think clearly, we forget things. And so this normal part of aging, the things that people have normalized, you actually have some control over. I want to talk about some stats from an aging perspective. When we actually stop moving, we stop lifting, we stop eating healthy, this is actually what feeds into the statistics of aging and poor quality aging. So the average adult in the United States gains 10 to 15 pounds every 5 years. Think about that. It's 2 to 3 pounds a year. That is a lot. And we don't have to be doing that. We're just not moving enough, and we're putting too much garbage in our bodies. The average American cannot do a pull-up or squat their own weight. Now, full disclosure, I can't do a pull-up. I've never been able to do a pull-up, but one thing that I do work on when I go to the gym is I do dead hangs, and that's just hanging onto a bar and just hanging and seeing how long I can hold it. Now, the goal is to try to get to a minute. I think I can do it for about 20 to 30 seconds, but it's a goal. It's making sure that you have enough strength to hold your body weight. And especially as women, we tend to lose a lot of strength in our upper bodies. In fact, many women never get good quality strength in their upper bodies. So the more you can work on just simple things like dead hangs, or maybe even just a plank pose, those are things that are going to build your upper body, build your strength, and build your resilience. The average person eats more sugar than protein in a daily basis. 80% of our processed foods actually contain hidden sugars, even things that taste salty. I've told this story numerous times about trying to find a clean chicken broth. I didn't have time to make my own broth, and so I needed some chicken broth. I needed to purchase some. And every single chicken broth that I looked at had cane sugar or molasses or corn syrup solids or some kind of added sugar. And I'm like, it's chicken broth. So actually, when I make my own chicken broth, I'll add like an acorn squash and a ton of sweet onions, because while I do like that sweetness, I want to get the nutrients out of it. I want to get it from natural sources. So making sure you're prioritizing protein over sugar or processed foods daily. The average person sleeps poorly, tosses and turns, and wakes up feeling tired. You wake up, even if you got 8 hours of sleep, you wake up and you just don't feel refreshed. And that's because of a lot of things that we are doing during the course of the day. Before we go to bed, we're exposed to too many lights. We are not eating the proper foods. Maybe we had caffeine too late in the day. And so what that does is it actually disrupts your overall sleep rhythm. So all the different phases of sleep. And if you're not getting proper sleep in each phase, then that can be that whole, well, you got 8 hours of sleep, but you are waking up feeling like you're exhausted. The other piece of that too is if you go to bed between, let's say, 9 and 10 o'clock, that's a very different 8 hours of rest than if you go to bed from, let's say, 12 to 8, because you're really messing with your circadian rhythms. So the later you push your sleep window, the worse your deep sleep, your REM sleep, and your overall quality of sleep is going to be. So if you can create a rhythm, a pattern of sleep that gives you the same sleep pattern each and every night, that's going to be helpful. And stop treating the weekends like somehow they're different. So, if you're staying up really late on the weekends just because it's a weekend, that is also going to affect sleep patterns as well. The average person spends 5+ hours a day staring at a screen. I would challenge each and every one of you to look at your screen time on your phone, and it's really shocking when you start to look up how many hours you spend on a phone. I know last weekend I hosted my family for Easter, and I hardly picked up my phone. I don't even think I opened up my computer the whole weekend. It felt actually really great to disconnect from that. So look at your overall time that you're spending just on your phone. I mean, that's not even your computer, but how much time are you spending on your phone? What's your scroll time? And if you can start to really challenge yourself to remove the amount of time that you spend on your screen on your phone, that will start to lead you into a better quality bandwidth in your brain. It can affect your sleep as well. It also can affect how you think. So again, that brain fog, forgetting phone numbers or things like that, you want to make sure you're moving away from that screen time. And, let's just be honest, your nervous system is keeping score on this. So that's why it's going to create more inflammation in the body. It's going to create more inflammation in the brain. So again, we can't think as clearly, we can't sleep well. And, maybe you're a little more edgy or, again, just more tired during the day. We really want to make sure we're tapping into our strength. So strength is something that you can maintain throughout your life. I have some elderly patients who a lot of them are not as mobile as I would like them to be. And I get them simply doing chair squats. And that's just putting their bum down in a chair and standing back up and doing that several times in a day. And if I have patients who are a little bit more mobile and strong, then I have them doing air squats, so just squatting all the way down so that their bum almost touches the floor, and we call that an Asian squat. And then again, just being good about your sleep, getting back on track with your sleep. If you can move every single day in some capacity, so whether that's some yoga stretches, whether you're walking your dog, or parking further away at the grocery store and walking further into the store. And then, of course, don't forget your fuel. So your food, what you put in your body, is either healing you or killing you. And so which one is it? Pay attention to what kind of fuel you're putting into your body. And make sure that you are prioritizing protein and vegetables before you start to add in grains, pastas, cereals. And then lastly, I can't end this video without saying you should be under chiropractic care, because chiropractic helps to improve the mobility of the spine. And when you can improve spinal mobility, you get all that motion, turning, twisting, bending, squatting, lifting. It actually nourishes the discs in between the spinal bones, and it helps the nervous system, the nerves that come out from in between those joints, to function better. They're getting better blood flow. They're getting better nerve flow. You're compressing and stretching the spine when you exercise, when you get chiropractic care, when you move your body. You're making sure that you're nourishing each and every joint in the body and improving the communication from your brain to your body, so your body has a greater self-healing capacity. Okay, so I hope that was helpful, because in this Reset Monday, I just wanted to make sure that you are not neglecting some of the things that are considered a normal part of aging. You do not have to fall victim to that. And I want to see you strong, healthy, thinking well, and moving well as you move into your next years of your life. So, all right, you guys, if you like this video, please share it. As always, I thank you for being here, and I will see you on the next one.